Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, in whichever time you're watching this. Welcome to SSC. And today in this video, we are going to do the previous year question analysis of Accounts Clerk 2017, and the paper would be English. Okay, English section we shall be discussing. And the tutor for English for this video and the course which we are going to release on SSC Sikkim dedicated to SPSC. Okay, English course. The name of the tutor is Homnar Dungel. The video will be taken by him further. But before moving, please subscribe to SSC Sikkim. Here we provide all exam related content, all current affairs and previous year paper discussions as well as important topics. Okay, so please subscribe to SSC Sikkim. So the syllabus for accounts clerk is like this, which is the upcoming exam 2022. Most probably the exam shall be happening in March. So the topics are comprehension, vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, idioms and phrases, commonly confused words, tenses, sentence rearrangement, error correction. So for this in SSC Sikkim we are conducting a full course on English, a video course it will be, not the live but recorded video sessions, and for that the course price is 1200. So if you want to enroll, you can send a message to 77970 58659, a dedicated full course for English covering the syllabus, dedicated for accounts clerk but then also for other related SPSC exams. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Now over to Homnath Dungel. He will be discussing the full paper of English section on accounts clerk 2017. Over to him.
And now let's have a look at the passage. One day a young man was standing in the middle of the town proclaiming that he had the most beautiful heart in the whole valley. A large crowd gathered and they all admired his heart, for it was perfect. There was not a mark or a flaw in it. Yes, they all agreed it truly was the most beautiful heart they had ever seen. Suddenly an old man appeared at the front of the crowd and asked, "Why your heart is not nearly as beautiful as mine?" The crowd and the young man looked at the old man's heart. It was full of scars. It had places where pieces had been removed and other pieces put in, but they didn't fit quite right, and there were several jagged edges. The people stared. "How he can say his heart is more beautiful," they thought. The young man laughed and said, "You must be joking. Compare your heart with mine. Mine is perfect. Yours is a mess of scars and tears." "Yes," said the old man, "yours is perfect looking, but I would never trade with you. You see, every scar represents a person to whom I have given my love. I tear out a piece of my heart and give it to them, and often they give me a piece of their heart which fits into the empty place in my heart, but because the pieces aren't exact, I have some rough edges, which I cherish because they remind me of the love we shared. Sometimes I have given joys of my heart away, and the other person hasn't returned a piece of his heart to me. These are the empty gauges. Giving love is taking a chance. Although these gauges are painful, they stay open, reminding me of the love I have for these people too. And I hope someday they may return and fill the space. I have been waiting. So now, do you see what true beauty is?" The young man stood silently with tears running down his cheeks. He walked up to the old man, reached into his perfect young and beautiful heart, and ripped a piece out. He offered it to the old man with trembling hands. The old man took his offering, placed man's heart. It fit, but not perfectly, as there were some jagged edges. The young man looked at his heart, not perfect anymore, but more beautiful than ever, since love from the old man's heart flowed into his. So this is a passage from A Piece of My Heart by Young Bhaskar. Okay, now let's answer the questions based on the passage we just read. Okay, people first thought the young man's heart was the most beautiful one because the options are he was handsome, option B is there were no marks in it, option C is there were lots of marks in it, and D is he was admired. So yeah, but the most appropriate one will be option B. There were no marks in it. He was handsome. There were lots of marks in it. He was admired. They are all wrong. So the correct answer is option B. There were no marks in it. The young man thought that a heart without any mark is the beautiful heart. A heart without any injury is the beautiful heart. Option C is A heart without much injury alone is the beautiful heart. Option D is all hearts with injuries are beautiful ones. So initially starting phase में के सोचते हो that the young man was that कि a heart without any mark is a beautiful heart. केही त्यसमा mark हुनु भएन, clean हुनु पर्यो. So the appropriate option would be option A. Next, why was the old man's heart full of scars? And the options are the old man fought with many people and sustained. That's wrong. Option B is the old man exchanged his heart with others. Option C is the old man sold his heart for money. That's wrong. Option D is the old man did not get back some of his heart. The most appropriate here would be the B. The old man exchanged his heart with others. Okay, so that's why sometimes he used to get a small piece, sometimes he didn't receive anything. So त्यसको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ old man's heart was full of scars. Which of the following statement is true of the young man? Option A is the young man first believed his heart was superior but changed his views after seeing the old man's heart. Option B is the young man believed that old man's heart was not the most beautiful one. The young man's heart was the most beautiful one. Option D, the young man exchanged his heart with the old man. So यहाँनिर चाहिँ the most appropriate option would be option A. First मा what he believed that his heart was superior but changed his views after seeing the old man's heart. So we can go with this one. Option A. Okay. What did the young man do to make his heart beautiful in the end? So the options are A, he gave a piece of his heart to fill the gap in the old man's heart. Option B is he took a piece of old man's heart to fix in his heart. Option C is both the young man and old man exchanged pieces of their hearts. Option D is the old man gave a piece of his heart to the young man. So D is also not correct because he didn't give. At first the young man gave. C is both young man and old man exchanged. So there was no question of exchange. Option B is he took a piece of old man's heart to fix it in his heart. That's also wrong. So the most appropriate one would be A. He gave. Initially, उसले आफै दिएको हुन्छ a piece of his heart to fill the gap in the old man's heart. Okay, now read the gapped passage given below very carefully and select the most suitable option from the list according to the corresponding number in the passage. The gaps have been numbered accordingly. Being collectors and designers of art glass, we choose every single piece of our selection dash. And the options are A. Exactly, B is meticulously, option C is accurately, option D is precisely. So as far as art field is concerned, art field मा चाहिँ the artists that do their work in a very meticulous manner. Meticulously means putting lot of attention to the details. So the appropriate option, the right option will be meticulously, option B. Checking on quality and details dash. Okay, checking on quality and details with utmost care, details carefully, with extra care, regularly. So the most appropriate thing would be with utmost care here. We can provide our clients with special custom-made pieces, blown and crafted, dash the watchful eyes of our staff. In the watchful eyes, under the watchful eyes, below the watchful eyes, or inside. Always under the watchful eyes. Okay, these are phrases that we often come across. So we will go with option B, under the watchful eyes of our staff. Okay. Dash passion during the design, the making, the scale, and after the scale. So forced by passion, driven by passion, pushed by passion, guided by passion. So whenever we use passion, it's always driven by passion. So we will go with option B here. Art of Venice Gallery chooses every single pieces and supplies directly from Murano without any dash from agent or distributors. So let's have a look at the option. A is without any interruption from agent or distributor. B, without any interference from agent or distributors. C, without any arbitration from agent or distributors. Without any, option D is intervention from agent or distributors. Now if you look at option A, interruption. Interruption means केही चिजमा रोक लाउनु, रुकावट ल्याउनु. So, and it is used often in a negative sense. And if you see option B also, interference भनेको दुईजनाको बिचमा interfere गर्नु in a negative manner. Option C, arbitration भनेको एउटा legal process where disputes are settled between any two parties. I don't think so. Option C is appropriate here. And option D, intervention भनेको चाहिँ it means to बिचमा आउनु केही चिजको. So companies when they pitch, they will tell you that no agents or distributors are going to come in between our trade. So the most appropriate option here would be option D, intervention. Okay, now let's have a look at this question. Which of these words is synonym to the word provided? The word is kin, and the options are friend, option A, relative, option B, parents, option C, and enemy, option D. So kin means our close people, relative. So option B, relative, would be the correct answer to this one. Okay, the next question is, which of these words is synonym to the word provided? The word is pensive, and the options are oppressed, option A, B is raged, C is thoughtful, D is happy. So pensive भनेपछि केही चिजमाथि deeply सोच्नुलाई pensive भन्छ. Okay, could be sad पाराले सोच्नु या happy पाराले. So it means to think deeply about something. So the most appropriate option would be option C, that is thoughtful. Okay, so the next question is, which of these words is synonym to the word provided? The word is solemn, and the options are A, amusing, B is harmful, C is calm, and D is serious. So solemn is whether it's a person or anything that is very serious. So here the option would be option D, that is serious. Okay, the next question is, which of these words is the most appropriate antonym of the word provided? The word is dearth, and the options are A, lack, B, poverty, C is abundance, D is less. So dearth literally means lack of something. So the antonym, the opposite of lack, would be abundance. So all these option A, B, D, they mean very similar, and the most appropriate option is option C, that is abundance. Okay, which of these words is the most appropriate antonym of the word provided? So the word is foremost, and the options are A, hindmost, B, unimportant, C, disposed, and D, important. So foremost means it is important, a foremost concern. So opposite of important would be unimportant here, that is option B. Okay, now for each of the following sentences, 4 alternatives are given. Choose the correct meaning of the underlined idioms in the sentences. Okay, the question is, after having finished the last project, I find myself at a loose end. Okay, now the options are, I find myself at number A is happy, and number B is free on vacation, option C is free of troubles, or option D, that is with nothing to do. So the most logical, commonsensical here is with nothing to do. Loose end means with nothing to do, that is option D. Okay, next is, I just paid him a left-handed compliment. So a left-handed compliment means it looks like it's a compliment, but deep down there is some kind of a criticism going on. For example, she accepted your proposal even though you are ugly, something like that, or you cleared the paper because it was so easy. So here it means an insincere compliment, not an honest or well-deserved or a flattering. It is option C, that is an insincere compliment. 77. Let's complete the following sentences with the most appropriate option given below. It is mother dash the phone. In the phone, on the phone, at the phone, by the phone. So always on the phone. We are on the phone. Your sister is on the phone. It is mother on the phone. So it will be option B. Okay, so the next question is, I dash him since 1990. So यहाँनिर चाहिँ the action has taken place somewhere in the past अनि यो अहिलेसम्म हुँदैछ. So कुनै पनि action that has taken place in the past and it is still continuing, यस्तो केसेसमा चाहिँ we use the perfect tenses, specifically the present perfect tense. So यहाँनिर the best option would be have known. Had known also could have been there, but it might mean that the person is no more. So we will go with option A, that is have known. I have known him since 1990. So जहाँ पनि you see there is a kind of a time frame that is given, past मा भएर अहिलेसम्म हुँदैछ. So that time you can use the present perfect tenses. Okay, the next question is look out, you dash off the bike. So the options are will fall, are going to fall, are falling, might fall. So will fall means you will definitely fall. So that's not a proper option to it. Are going to fall, no. Are falling is also wrong. So might fall. So there is a possibility that you might fall off the bike. So the most appropriate option would be option D.